Andrea's hair was as bedraggled and messy as a well-loved mop. Her mother would despair at how messy and scraggled her hair was, and every time she tried to brush it, Andrea would stomp her feet, fold her arms and say, "No, Mum, I like it just the way it is." Sometimes, when Andrea got out of the shower, her hair would lay flat from the water and you could see her whole face. Then pretty soon it would dry out and boing! It would spring back up into a jumbled, scrumbled, messy mess again and cover Andrea's face just like an old English sheepdog. Andrea's mum would just wait for Andrea to walk into a wall or crash into a door or even bump into other people as she walked on the footpath. But she never did. Andrea put on her school clothes and headed to school. On her way she felt a small itch on her head and scratched at it. It went away and she didn't give it another thought. As she got to the school gates, Miss Howell, her class teacher, was standing at the gate. "Oh, Andrea, I do wish you would let someone do something with your hair." Andrea stopped, stomped her feet and said, "No, Miss Howell, I like it the way it is." Miss Howell would despair. However, Andrea was a bright girl and she always did her work and paid attention at school, so I guess it didn't matter that much. Andrea was sitting in the third row of desks in the classroom, just about to get out her reading book when she felt a small itch on her head. She scratched and scratched, but the itch wouldn't go away. She scratched her head again and the itch only got worse. She looked at Becky, her best friend, and Becky was looking at Andrea and started to scratch her head as well. Then Michelle in the seat to her left started scratching. Ian behind her started scratching, Simon 2 desks over, and even Rufus, who had the most meticulous hair of all, even Rufus started to scratch his head. "Ew!" Mary shouted from the back. "Andrea has started everyone scratching. It's her messy scraggle hair. She must have bugs." Miss Howell called Andrea up to the front, stood a good 1 metre away and looked at Andrea. "Surely now you must go and do something about your hair, Andrea," she said. "You have the whole class scratching their heads." Andrea stomped her feet and folded her arms. "No, Miss Howell," Andrea said. "I like it just the way it is." But Andrea just couldn't stop scratching her head. She scratched and scratched and scratched her head as hard as she could. Then Andrea felt something move and jump and scamper across her head. She grabbed at it and heard a squeal. She pulled at it and felt it grasping her hair tightly, not wanting to let go. But not tightly enough, as she managed to pull it from deep within the messy jumble. "Walter," she shouted, "that's where you've been. I've been looking for you for 2 days. In Andrea's hand was Walter, her pet mouse, looking rather disgruntled at having been pulled from the comfort of Andrea's messy, scraggly, scrumbled hair. That soon changed, as the whole class just adored Walter and fed him apple and cheese all day long.